I mean by that is, you know, where Caesar and Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet are really theme-driven. Love, power, ambition, all that kind of indecision and all that kind of stuff. Of the three, Macbeth is probably closest to Hamlet, because Macbeth is a really character-driven play. When does Macbeth become king? What act and scene-ish, ballpark? Does it take the whole play for him to become king? No. How about scene 3? I'm sorry, act 3, scene 1. So, we've got this arc. The play is how many acts long? Wow. Guess I haven't erased the board in a while. So we've got this story arc. Act 1, 2, he becomes king, and then the rest of the play, this isn't like the traditional plot graph. I'm not talking about rising and falling action, I'm talking about the rise and fall of a great man. So, from the beginning, when we get the prophecy from the witches with Banquo, through murdering Duncan and becoming king, that's the rise, and then obviously the disintegration of Macbeth, all of his accomplishments, and all of his humanity, and eventually his life, and then by the end of the play, he's already replaced as king. So, in a way, this is the very simple arc. It's a rise and fall of a great man. But unlike unlike Hamlet, there's nothing theatrical about Macbeth's character. Hamlet confides in us. Hamlet cozies up to the audience. We know what Hamlet's innermost thoughts are, so that, for example, when he talks to Polonius about being a fishmonger and acting all crazy, we have more information than some of the characters on stage. Does Macbeth ever do this? Can anyone think of a scene where Macbeth is either talking to the audience or somehow sharing his innermost anything? No, he doesn't. And so, because he doesn't cozy up to the audience, there's nothing in his character or his conduct which invites us to see any humor in the play, or even any real humanity. The scene with the porter, and write that down because you might want to refer back to that. The scene from the porter might be construed as sort of a black humorous moment. But even that's subject to argumentation. Instead, there is an astonishingly penetrating almost development of Macbeth's character. The focus is directly on what he's thinking and feeling, why he acts the way he does, and what consequences his own evil brings upon himself. For a lot of literary critics, Macbeth is one of Shakespeare's most compelling characters. The play is a great tragedy. And so instead of talking about themes and tones and other literary devices, I'm going to start by talking about Macbeth as a character, specifically as a tragic character. What makes this story a tragedy? And this should be by way of a review. We talked about this a lot over the last few years.
I guess you could say there's like a feeling of hopelessness.
Okay, a feeling of hopelessness. Okay. As a formal tragedy, what are the characteristics of tragedy? It can be, but not always. Usually you're right, though. Sorry?
No happy ending.
Okay. Those are the intuition-based, you know, if I say the word tragedy, oh, that was a real tragedy, we're sort of using our gut level. We need to shift into the formal literary level. What makes a tragedy a tragedy? What makes a tragic character a tragic character? What is the defining characteristic of the tragic hero? It's a 4-letter word beginning with F. And it's not...
Fair.
Hmm?
Fair.
Good
Fair.
4-letter word beginning with F. Try again.
Dang.
The second letter is L. Are you guys kidding me? Who are you people? I'm looking for my AP senior class, please. Sorry? Flaw, thank you. Really? Dear Mr. Leclerc,